Fourpole Creek Watershed by Richie Combs. This is a picture of the location that I'm using for Fourpole Creek. The bridge is covering up the top, and beneath it is the stream itself. About in the lower left section should be about where the stream is currently situated at. This is a picture taken at Fourpole Creek. The bridge is not in this picture, it's much further down the way. We are currently looking at it from going downstream, which you're able to tell by how the water moves. The way that the water is moving down is considered downstream, and the opposite is upstream. Here you can see a large amount of leaf cover, a large amount of herbaceous growth, and you should be able to see rocks into the stream. See that the stream itself is relatively shallow, and that mostly of the rocks is small size with a variable amount of larger ones. This is the same picture of Fourpole Creek, just taken from upstream, looking upstream. As we can see, there's a lot more here that is being placed into the water from the leaf cover. Larger stones can make up the falling into. These pictures were taken when I was performing a previous experiment here, collecting bug data for another experiment at Fourpole Creek. These are the water quality conditions of Fourpole Creek when referenced to Hurricane Creek as a reference watershed. It is about 3,000 acres smaller than Hurricane Creek. The geology of it is the same, containing shale, sandstone, and alluvium. The soil hydrologic groups contain a little less of the C category, but does contain D and B. For the land uses, it is much less used for forest. It is much more used for urban, as we can see. The location that is being tested for here is part of Rare Park. There is much more usage for pasture. For the barren area, it is just slightly less, and for the wetland component, there is just a little bit less than compared to Hurricane Creek. This is a map showing the water quality stations of Fourpole Creek. The red line shows all of the length of Fourpole Creek. All of the blue lines show all of the branching off streams that come off of it. For all of the dots shows the water quality stations themselves, and it's a bit hard to see, but the small square, black square at the upper right of the state of West Virginia is approximately where the Fourpole Creek stream is situated at. These are the West Virginia SCI conditions for Fourpole Creek at 4 locations. The different mileage points using the different dates as they were sampled, and they're all within the major watershed of Lower Ohio and contain the counties of All Cabell. These are the continued West Virginia SCI conditions for Fourpole Creek, showing the percent dominant taxa, percent Chironomidae, percent EBT, the HBI scores for each. As it goes along, it variables as it rises, then goes down lower, and then rises again. The number of EB taxa and total taxa and the West Virginia STI scores as it steadily rises until it reaches a massive drop towards the end. This is permit 1 of Fourpole Creek, being used by Eves Recycling. It is being done in Wayne County, and the quadrant is Huntington. This is the second permit, being used by Scott Hutchison Enterprises. It is in Cabell County and is the quadrant of Huntington. This is the third permit of John W. Clark Oil Company Incorporated. The facility name is Hal Greer Ashland Mart. The Cabell County is used, as well as Huntington Quadrant. This is the fourth permit, Hilltop Hotel LLC, and the facility name being Fairfield Inn and Suites Connect Park. This is permit 5, being AMP LLC, with the facility being the AMP Gymnastics Center. This is the sixth permit of the Rutherford Group LLC, and is currently being held by Bojangles at Hal Greer. It has a disturbed acres of 1.34 acres. This is the seventh permit with R&J Development Incorporated at R&J 16th Street Development with 2.5 disturbed acres. This is the eighth permit of West Virginia Division of Highways at 16th Street entrance exit ramp bridges, and has disturbed acres of 4.25 acres. This is a description of impairments according to a 303D list information for Fourpole Creek. It is designated use for human life and aquatic life and human health. We have pollutants being listed as aluminum and fecal coliform, and the primary source has yet to been determined and has been going on for since 1996 and possible listings in 2002. This is more information on the impairments of the pollutants of aluminum, which is the allowable amount that is allowed to be permitted. The acute values being 750 for acute B1 and B2 for human health. And the fecal coliform, the maximum amount of fecal coliform allowable should not exceed 200 to 100 milliliters as a monthly geometric mean based on not less than 5 samples per month. This is my works part 1 works cited, where I had got the pictures from as well as the information from the permits. This is the second works cited page where I have listed continued of the permits that I found. Of the permits I could find that were directly connected with Fourpole Creek, altogether I had found 8 permits.